Hi guys, this is Katie. Again today, the CEO, founder, and QuickBooks Advanced Certified Pro Advisor Extraordinaire here from Certum Solutions in North Carolina. And today we're going to go do kind of a cross-platform thing. So we're going to take a look at the security permissions that you have available in 3 of the platforms around the larger small business area. We're looking at QuickBooks Online Plus, QuickBooks Online Advanced, and QuickBooks Enterprise Desktop, okay? So a lot of times, maybe especially if you're new to the QuickBooks family, you don't know which direction to go in depending on your needs. And today we're going to take care of one of those questions, okay? What kind of security permissions do I get depending on which online or desktop solution I choose? So you can see here in Craig's Design and Landscaping Services, this is actually a sample company of QuickBooks Online Plus, and that's important to remember. This is going to be the smallest of the solutions we're taking a look at right now. You also have on the online side, Simple Start and Essentials. For today, we're not covering those. And then you have Pro and Premier on the desktop side. Again, not covering those. You're looking at these different solutions if you have more complex security permission needs, maybe more complex inventory needs if you're looking at enterprise and so forth. So, like we always do with online, you're going to click on your gear in the top right and select Manage Users in order to take a look at your user screen. With Online Plus, you have 5 billable users that are included with your plan before you start exceeding that limit. Okay, you also have accounting firms. Now, the accounting firm tab is the same across all 3 platforms. Your accountant has free access. If you're using Enterprise Desktop, that's in the form of the accounting version of the file, accountant's version, where you have a dividing date and such. We're not going to talk about that today because it's kind of out of scope. But so for online, though, you can invite your accountant and it'll send them an email and they will kind of tag on to your screen and they'll be able to sign in at their work in the morning and see a list of their customers and you will be in that list, okay? We're going to go ahead now and click over to that user screen. All right, let's go ahead and add user and see what this looks like for Online Plus. You see that you have 4 options. The bottom 2, let's ignore those because they're the same across all the guys. Company admin, you've got an admin role for all of them. That's basically giving them access to everything. That's full access, and they can kind of do some administrator stuff too. We're going to see what the standard user looks like because that's going to be the bulk of your employee needs. So here you can see with Online Plus, you pick all, none, or limited. I don't know of a ton of use for none. If you're using none, to me that would mean that you should have set them up as a reporting user, time tracking user. I don't know why you would need the none access offhand, but I'm sure somebody will come up with a use for it. So all, again, is kind of similar to the admin, but you don't get those extra admin rights. And then we also have limited. Now you can notice that the rights are limited because you pick either customers or vendors, right? Okay, and you can see what they can and cannot do. I do recommend that when you are setting up users in QuickBooks, if you can, definitely sign in with them to see what they have access to, because every once in a while you'll say, okay, I set Sally up with access to QuickBooks. Oh my gosh, when you're on a conference call, I had no idea you had access to that. Okay, so just always make sure you double check. That's a best practice. Okay, now, so you picked either customers or vendors, but what does this do? This leaves out so much stuff, right? It leaves out like banking and all these other different rights that you really need to be able to have access to. So, but if you just have simple needs, Online Plus is good for you. Okay. And so here, if you hit next here, it asks you some questionnaires depending on whether or not you want to continue fine-tuning those roles a little bit. These really kind of mimic other types of roles. So we're going to go ahead and hit next, and then you fill out the contact information. All right, so we've covered Online Plus. Okay, if you didn't get it all, I am talking a little bit fast because I've got 3 to get through and I don't want to bore you guys to death. Just go ahead and rewind or put it on slow-mo and watch it again because again, I think I talk pretty quick. Anyway, we're moving on to Online Advanced now. So I've got this up in. Okay guys, so here's the second part of this video. We're going to go ahead and look at the security permissions in QuickBooks Online Advanced. Okay, now first off, you can see to the side that you have some extra options here that you did not have in Online Plus. Okay, and to access our user permissions, we're going to do the same thing that we did before. We're going to go ahead and click the gear, and we're going to go to Manage Users. And you're going to notice that something has changed. You now have one of 25 billable users that you can have with QuickBooks Online Advanced, okay? And you have this new roles tab. So whereas in Online Plus, you had the option to pick their roles right there within the quiz or in the questionnaire, here you actually can look at the roles and set them up here and keep them saved and such. You still have the accounting firm option, which is very similar to what you had in Online Plus. You still invite your accountant. You now have 3 you can invite, and they will still get that invitation and be able to link up with your file. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and set up a user. And before I do that, I want to show you, you can also set up custom roles. Okay, and you notice there's this inventory button. You do have the ability to do inventory in Online Advanced, but it's a lot more limited than Enterprise Desktop. I'm not going to go into that too much today, but just so you know that. Okay, reports and time tracking are very similar to what we had before. Admin is similar. And so we're going to go over here to users and we're going to hit add user. Now, again, company admin reports and time tracking, we don't need to talk about. Let's go ahead and pick sales manager. So you pick sales manager, it launches right into contact info. There's no additional questionnaire there, and that just kind of tells you this is a role-based system again. So, you know, with a role-based system, you set up role profiles and you assign them to users, where if you have that user-based system, you've got, you know, very granular, what do I need to pick? I don't see a whole lot of that in the market anymore. Everything's mainly role-based, but, you know, there is a difference. So let's go ahead and pick standard user, see what that looks like, right? Now this is kind of similar to Plus. You can pick that all, none, or limited, and then you have that customers and vendors. Okay. But if you're looking for that more in-depth role experience, that's when you're going to get into this custom role piece. Okay. Now that's everything for Online Advanced. Next, you're going to see me in Enterprise, where we're going to go through this one last time. Okay guys, here for the last part of our video today, we're going to go ahead and take a look at QuickBooks Enterprise, and we're going to take a look at the security permissions. You already can see there's a whole lot more buttons here, okay? And since we work a lot with manufacturing and distribution and companies with inventory or e-commerce, I chose the sample wholesale distributor file for today's demonstration, okay? So at this time, you're going to go ahead and go up to company, set up users and roles. It will ask me to log in, but I'm going to politely decline. And I'm going to go here where it says admin. It's got my user list. You have, you know, all of your users that you've set up here, whereas on the role list, that's where you're setting up the roles or templates that you're going to attach to your users. You can create a new role based on an existing one, and so forth. For today, we aren't going to, well, let's go ahead and add a new user. Okay, you add your username, your password, and you pick from the available roles, and you can pick from multiple roles. Okay, you can see just from where we've gone so far that this is way above and beyond where we looked with QuickBooks Online Plus and Online Advanced. Okay, and then you'd email them down here. So I'm hitting cancel, and I want to show you something really cool about the roles. Like here with banking, you can actually select which company registers your users have access to. And beyond that, you can actually select what level of access they have on those registers. They can create, modify, delete, print. This is great if you have an AP person that enters the bills, someone else is reviewing them and cutting voucher checks. Of course, if you use something like bill.com, your process will be different. Okay. Let's go ahead and expand on some of these so you can see exactly how many different features you have. Okay. Okay, wow, look at this. Guys, we're just getting started. You have over 100 different custom levels of permissions in QuickBooks Enterprise. Okay, we've not seen that in this video yet. Okay. Okay. Here we go. I mean, come on, guys. So you can see online is actually doing a lot of investment in their products. They're coming a long way. And if you have a simple user list that doesn't need a whole lot of slice and dicing, you're in the right place. Plus, developers kind of sometimes prefer online. Enterprise takes kind of some niche knowledge that not all developers are going to want to dive into because there's so many data points that you can connect to. Okay, so there's different things you want to consider when you're trying to decide which software platform to go in with the QuickBooks family. But today you've seen, I mean, take a look at this. There's so much. There's just so much. Okay, there are so many different user permissions you can use with Enterprise. With online, if you have a simple user list, go that route. If you get, as it gets a little more complicated, go with Online Advanced. Yes, I fully expect them to continue improving those products. So if it doesn't bother you in the immediate term, you know, maybe you wait for that to come along down the pike. But in the meantime, if you are heavy inventory based in manufacturing, wholesale, construction, whatever, and you're looking for something with really robust permissions, or maybe you're in a different industry and you just need really granular security permissions, Enterprise Desktop is the way to go. I'll go ahead and post the references and links in the description below. If you have additional questions, add a comment, and I am excited about hopefully helping with your questions soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.